What's good? What's good, all my Power Spin viewers out there? Welcome to Power Spin Talk Radio 2.0. And tonight we getting on a political tip. I have my guest panelists on tonight. First of all, I'd like to say shots of props to Dre. What's up, Dre? How you be? How you be? All right, our guest panel tonight, we have Miss Jackie Murray in the building, and also my man, Mr. Albert Langston Jr. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Hello, hello.
How y'all doing?
All right. All right.
It is all great. I'm glad y'all made it. Tonight, we got three subjects we're going to talk about. The first is going to be the attack on the Capitol. You know how that went. So we're going to give our opinions about that fiasco. And also we're going to talk about the impeachment of Donald Trump, y'all president. You know what I'm saying? And also we're going to throw in a topic about the stimulus, the third stimulus package that Biden has in where he has planned and going to be in motion, hopefully. But you know how that goes. And last but not least, Joe Biden's inauguration. What is our prediction of what's going to happen tomorrow at the inauguration? So we're going to start off with the fiasco at Capitol Hill. Now, for one, you remember that old cartoon Schoolhouse Rock?
Oh, with the bill that couldn't make it up the steps.
Yeah, it said,
Yeah.
yeah, you know
just a bill on Capitol Hill. Yeah, that one.
I seen a meme that said, "Damn, them motherfuckers beat me up there."
I saw that.
I fell out. I'll tell you. Now, all this came about because it all started with the what was that? The
Election?
yeah, the electoral vote for who gonna grab them last two seats in the House. So that wasn't bad enough. So Trump, he want to dwell on he lost his election to Biden, you know, and all that. But I think I'm not a conspiracy person, you know, but I do love a good mystery. So, you know.
All I know is once the Supreme Court said, and their official word was, stop it. And they kept going. And once they kept going, I was like, you know what? There is no logic to anything that you can say to them. And it will not process. They just don't get it. They've been brainwashed. And I hate to say that. You know, the Supreme Court said stop. There was no cheating involved. What? Wait. Wait. This is my thing. I believe, it's just my theory, okay?
All right.
I believe that Trump put so many things into the equation that he just knew that there was no way that Biden could win. And when Biden won, he was like, wait a minute. There's no possible way with everything that I did that he could, I mean, come on. What did he do?
Not a damn thing, but gave folks headaches.
The mailboxes, the ballot boxes, removing people from the voting rolls. They found boxes in the woods.
What about
you know, there were so many things. Somebody's had a little theory. They said, imagine if you're playing poker and you stole two aces and you had them sitting off to the side. You didn't need them right away, but you had them. And then as you're playing the game, everybody got to reveal their hand. And the guy sitting right across from you actually pulled out four aces. Now, how did he get those four aces when you still holding two?
Mm-hmm.
So now you have to show everybody why he cheated because you initially were cheating. We just need Trump to show his hand. What'd you do,
Exactly.
Trump?
Mm-hmm.
What'd you do?
All
That's
I
all. That's
know,
all I got.
all I know is some hating going on around here.
Yes, a lot of it. A lot of
Yeah.
it. And unfortunately, they decided to take that hate and go to the Capitol with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Now some say that they took his words too literally. It sounded like he was coaching them on to do what they
Sounded like
did.
it to me
You
too.
you know,
Let's
but
walk down Pennsylvania Avenue. We're going to the Capitol. We're gonna fight.
and then he ain't making no better. He put them folks up against Mike Pence.
All right.
Pence,
Yeah.
you our only last hope and chance.
See, my thing, I've been
Yeah.
trying to sit here and decide. I've been see, I can talk. I can talk on this for a long ass time. But see, my thing is when stuff is done to you, and
Right,
then you accept it and say, okay, that's just how it is. But then when it's being done to by somebody else, to somebody else, and they don't take it the same way that you did in the first place. Point. When Al Gore ran and he lost by a handful of votes
hmm
to uh, uh, by the skin of the teeth because there were what we call hanging chads in Florida. In other words, they were using the card system that punched holes in the card to indicate where the votes were. And some of the holes didn't punch all the way through, or the piece of paper would hang on the end of it and wouldn't
right,
register right. And they were called hanging chads. And Al Gore accepted the defeat, even though the votes were so close, and he got there, and after the election, he conceded.
hmm
He was calm about it. Hillary lost to Trump by a handful of votes.
3 million.
See, and and it's like, okay, so why is it that you can win by a narrow margin and the other person was nice enough to concede
right,
because everything seemed okay?
Well, let's be honest that Hillary won the election
Right, she
that
did.
time.
By popular vote.
And
She
yeah,
had
she
the most
conceded.
popular
That's
vote.
correct. That's
It was the
correct. But
electoral
she
vote.
didn't win the electoral college.
Right, right.
Right.
But
You didn't see us busting down the Capitol,
we
even though
didn't
we
we didn't
knew
we didn't
something
see
was funky. Someone smelling right.
right.
We just
And
said we'll
we
just wait
took
4 years.
that's right. And we took it. We sat and she sat and just said, okay, this is how the system is set up. Trump comes along the second time and turns right around, and before the election starts, he starts saying they're going to cheat.
Look, before before they finished counting, as soon as they started counting, he was like, "Somebody cheated."
Before they finished counting Hillary's vote, he was saying that they was cheating in 2020. In 2016, he was already saying that they was cheating on 2020. Now, how much damn sense does that make?
No.
And so I knew what was to come because he had been so busy with lies and what have you that he had been so busy with lies and what have you that uh, uh, he honestly, I think he convinced himself.
Yeah.
And so many people do that. If you tell a lie enough, the first person that's going to start to believe that lie is the person that's telling it.
Yeah, but he tells so many of them.
Yeah, but he tells so many of them. So therefore, he lives in a completely false world.
Yeah, his own.
His whole touch on reality is just plain unreal.
True.
And you try to convince everybody else. And like my mama always said, when you tell one lie, you got to tell another one.
Yep.
To cover up for the lie
And
you
to cover
told.
up for the first lie that you told.
Hmm.
You
But
got
how many lies? Do we have a tally on the number of lies that Trump has told in his entire presidency over the last 4 years?
I
I know
think
Ain't
the New York
I
Times was counting them up.
I think somebody was saying something like there were well over 20,000 lies have already been told. And anytime you tell that many lies, okay, Clinton lied, said that he didn't have no sexual relations with with that woman. He had to come back and in front of everybody admit, and he finally did admit that
Hmm.
mm-hmm.
he lied, and
Hmm.
that's what he
But he
got.
was still acquitted.
Yeah,
Now I
Yeah.
don't see
so
why people was getting upset because he got some head.
what it, it,
He
it
human.
wasn't a matter that he got head. It was just that he didn't she didn't profit from it correctly.
Exactly.
See, she got she got paid in a way, uh, you know, uh, but it wasn't in a way so they can collect taxes off of it. See, you can't you
I'm
can't
going off camera because I keep laughing. I'm sorry.
you can't tax getting head. Have you ever heard of a prostitute getting paying taxes?
Uh-uh.
All right then. I mean, except in Las Vegas,
Do they get a 1099?
I think they do because they got to have a health card too.
Yeah, yeah, I heard
You
about
know,
that.
but we can call Harold and ask Harold about that. But maybe we could let Harold see this program here.
I tried reaching out to him. He wouldn't.
I know,
He wouldn't hit back.
but that's just the way it is. And I forgot where I was going with this line.
We were talking about the election.
Yeah,
But he was talking about how she didn't profit from
yeah,
that.
yeah. So Lewinsky didn't get the profit from it, and so that's her only thing. She didn't get the main. She didn't get a job. All she got, and all she gave was head. So she did all the giving. You know, Everybody else just give vote. She did a little extra, and she still just
High crimes and misdemeanors.
you know.
Oh my! Y'all got my stomach hurting over here. Oh, and didn't she keep that main specimen on her dress
Yes,
for
the
two
dress.
years?
Yes, yes, yes.
How do
She said,
you?
I ain't never gonna wash this right here.
That's the reason.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
That's
I
the
bet you
reason.
she even wore it.
That's the reason. That's the reason you wrap it up. You don't leave no evidence.
hey,
Evidence,
but she,
evidence comes in the form of babies, and it could be DNA. On the dress.
but see, she
Yeah.
still could have made a profit off that for the
She
simple
could
fact
have.
all she had to do said she got Clinton's nut and sell it on eBay. The president's nut in a tube.
See,
She could have got some cheese off there.
I
yeah,
am
she could have
wondering.
gotten more than cheese.
I am wondering did she sell that dress?
You said what now?
I'm wondering did she sell that dress on eBay?
Hey,
Could
she
I have
probably
did
did.
it?
She probably
Can,
did.
can you imagine putting that dress on eBay and saying it has presidential ejaculation? And this dress cost $20,000. One
Well, one
side,
thing's for sure we know is that she did not swallow.
if she did not swallow, then it has to go somewhere on the dress. She didn't blow it back up in him. I'm just saying. I'm being logical.
Oh my!
But
Oh, he killing
anyway,
me
I
over
don't know
here.
how we got on that. But anyway, oh yeah, I know how we got on that. But yeah,
Hold on. She was offered $1 million for that dress.
oh, she
What?
was.
Yes, in 2015.
See,
And she
she
sold
got.
it for $15 million.
She was offered $1 million
For
Oh,
for
the
the dress.
dress.
and how much did she sell it for?
Um, so she didn't respond.
No.
Hey, she just saying she know the worth of that dress now. You ain't gonna just give me no $1 million.
It says she kept the blue dress.
Oh, memento.
See,
Yeah, she kept it.
that's
You're
for her.
right. She knows the value of it.
That's for her time.
I bet she gonna get buried in that dress. When she leave this world.
Ew.
No, she gonna wait till the cost of that dress go up and up and up. I would have thought it would cost more than $1 million by now.
Yeah. Ain't it?
You
He said
know,
2015.
and
She was offered that.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it
So
probably be
that's
way more.
inflation,
Hey,
desperation, ejaculation. All of them go together. I'm just saying.
like too wild.
You know, politics,
Wow.
Oh,
politics.
ain't it? Now, do you think? I'm pretty sure it was an inside job when it came to the mob going all up
Yes.
in the Capitol. It's an inside
Yes.
job.
I believe that wholeheartedly because that video that I sent to you a little earlier shows the Capitol Police standing, just walking past them, number one,
Those two black.
just standing there as they
Yeah.
accessed the building. They just stood there.
Mm-hmm. But
You know, I don't feel safe. Let's put it that way. I don't feel safe knowing that the Capitol Police are protecting the Capitol. Also, the National Guard that has been called in, they found 2 National Guardsmen that did have ties with the far right, and they have been dismissed.
Mm.
they found 12 more.
They found 12 more?
12 more. Yeah,
Corrupt.
yeah.
And then they want to talk about the inner city.
Right,
Right?
right.
That's the interesting thing. This whole thing is so ironic because a lot of the protesters, I'm gonna put that in quotes, the protesters, um, they were shouting that the U.S. was going to take their guns
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and all of their rights and protections,
Mm-hmm.
when actually, since they decided that they wanted to become terrorists, domestic terrorists, they ended up getting arrested on federal charges, which in turn will make them lose their right to bear arms. So, so everything that they said they didn't want, they went out there and they got it.
Mhm.
And it was for nobody's fault but their own, even though they tried to um, blame us for everything.
Well, that march, because I saw it, I said, and like I said, when I want to see how the other side thinks, I watch Fox News because Fox News shows the Republican side of
Mhm.
everything.
Mhm.
And that particular morning, something told me you need to listen to that speech. And so I listened to the speech, and I kept seeing the crowd get larger and larger. And then when Trump came out there and he got them stirred up,
Mhm.
and when he sat there and said, you know, we are going to leave here and go down to the Capitol and voice our opinion, and he said something about, uh,
Can't be weak.
huh?
You can't be weak.
Yeah, you can't be weak. That was the line.
Mhm.
And when he told them that, and they started heading down the street. Oh, he also said, and I'm gonna be down there with you. I'm gonna march
Oh,
down
he
there with
said,
you.
I'm going with you. And
I'm
then he
going
went
with
home.
you. Yeah.
He turned
And
the
then he
other
went
way.
home.
And then he
And
threw them under the bus.
he threw them under the bus. But see, he had been priming that on the internet with the lies. They're gonna take your guns, they're gonna take your property. The Democrats gonna
Mhm.
take your guns and they're gonna take your property. The black folks are gonna take your guns, they're gonna take your property. And when you tell a
And we're all
and
sitting at home.
boy, when you tell a country boy, you're gonna take his
Right.
land and his gun. You're taking his whole personality. In the South,
Exactly.
you know,
But the thing is that they have been spouting this lie since the 70s.
since the
I
70s.
remember hearing that when I was a little girl about communism. Because I remember asking, what is communism? I had to look it up when I was a little girl because they were talking about how this was going to be like a socialist or communist nation.
That's yeah,
So they've been churning out this same lie every year for the last 50 years.
yeah.
And they still have their guns, they still have their property. Well, not anyway.
Yeah.
They still have our property and gun.
There you go. There you
and,
go. Let that have been us. Let
and
that have been us. We couldn't even got that poor Bill from Schoolhouse Rock. He
yeah,
got closer to the Capitol than we would have
then
been.
we would have. That's right.
I
Which was
ain't.
another thing that I noticed immediately is because I had seen uh, a couple of months ago, a few months ago, when a BLM marched through DC, they had cops on horses, single file, marching toward the marchers to force them back because the protesters couldn't get past the horses. and they didn't
Yep.
want to get stepped on by the horses.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't see none of that. You
Right.
didn't see none of that on Wednesday. You didn't see.
Oh
They kept
no.
up.
In fact, you saw police officers saying, "Oh, I know how to get you in there." They got that
Yep.
on tape. That's
And
on that tape that I
and they
sent
after the
you.
dude. They after that dude because they said he was a sympathizer.
And he was black.
Uh-huh. Oh, that was it was the two black that was in the in statuary hall, and when they started coming through, and they just looked at each other, and they stepped behind the rope and let them go head on by. And then when the protesters took the rope, I just said, "Oh my God!" And then they ran that one guy up the steps, and every time he
Right.
get to the top, he's gonna try to swing and try to keep him back. And they kept coming. He couldn't fight them, and then when he finally got to up to a place where he had some reinforcements behind
Hmm.
him, then they were able to stop him. But see,
Yeah.
they it had that crowd been black, they would have started firing them pistols into the crowd.
It would have been a
Yep.
massacre.
And
And
it
see,
would have
that's what
started right across the street from the Capitol. It wouldn't even been
Right.
in the.
right.
Right. You wouldn't even get close enough at all.
Exactly.
Period.
So, you know,
But
and
because of the lack of police response, we know it was an inside job
yes,
because of that. I
yeah,
mean,
Because
and
they
you
they
were
know,
went
saying
there.
that.
They went there with the intention of tying up some of
oh
the
yeah,
senators
hanging.
because that one military man had the plastic ties
Yep.
Yes,
on his waistband. See, that
yes.
was intended to abduct some people.
Now this
Or the
this
noose. No, they were trying to hang some people.
Oh, there
this
you were. Well, I saw the noose on the scaffold.
Yeah,
now who in the hell had time to build a
they had
scalpel with a
time.
noose?
They
You see
bought
how heavy that wood was too?
they
Ain't it?
brought that with them.
Right. So they had enough time to build that.
That
See, that's
this wasn't just planned on a week ago.
Oh, it
Jump
was planned a long time ago.
a month
I
ago.
remember years ago, I stumbled into one of those chat rooms
Mm-hmm.
years ago, and they were already talking about it.
Yeah, they talking
So they
about
were waiting for the right time and the right place.
it. Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, art of war. That's what it is. The art
Hmm
of war.
Mm-hmm. And
And I knew about it being called the Boogaloo years ago.
You said a boogaloo.
That's what they call it.
Wow.
I told one of my friends week before it happened because I knew the date. I knew what was going on. So if I knew about it, I knew the federal government knew about it.
right.
I just knew it because I didn't have to go too down deep into the depths of the lower web to get to it. It
Oh
was
yeah.
sitting right out in the open.
Right.
So if I stumbled on it, I know the feds stumbled on it, and it was an inside job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
cause
just
they
gotta know what to
said
look for. That's all. I mean, you have to understand that most of them ain't too bright no way.
right.
All them protesters, no, they're not too bright no way. So
No, they're
therefore,
not.
when it comes to the using the internet, it don't have to be nothing complicated because then they wouldn't understand.
Right.
So they have to make sure that they reach all of their people. So they have to keep it simple and it's easy to crack. So if all you got to do is just know where to go and just learn how to fit in for a second. Talk.
Right. Yep. And the great thing about the internet, sometimes you can hide who you are. So I
And
was all up in there with all them boogaloo people.
yeah, sure.
how you doing?
Yeah. Look, I used to love doing that. What was what was the original uh, chat rooms called? Uh,
Man.
You said the original chat rooms, the
yeah,
hotlines.
huh?
No. No.
What?
Wasn't it Yahoo?
MySpace.
MySpace.
MySpace. Oh, okay. Damn.
Yeah,
Well,
them.
that was back in the
And
Yahoo
see,
days.
and they used to uh uh MySpace, and it was another one too. But anyway, you used to go into the chat room. I used to enjoy going in pretending like I was a white girl, and just to see, how I can get a rise out of folks. Get in there and you go to talking out, all flirty and everything else, and the little white boys flow to you, and I would tell them, "Oh, are you white?" And they said, "Yeah, and I can do this and I can do that. I only like black men." And then I just submit. Just to piss folks off.
Oh
You
boy,
know,
poking the bear around this thing.
yeah, poking the bear, poking the bear. But
Oh, if you had really revealed who you were after that conversation,
oh no,
oh
and I never used the same name. And I always made sure I use correct and proper English, and I spelled it everything rightly.
no, you spilled and everything. Really, see, the thing is that if you really look, if you really go into those chat rooms, you know that ain't that is not the case.
Ain't it? I'm telling you, you got
Run on
something
sentences for days. You be like, what?
to.
But
Yes.
I,
Yeah.
I, I, I do worry, because if had Trump been able to pull that off, it would have been another civil war.
Do you think
And
it's
the bad
over?
part about it is when something like that happens, blacks are going to catch the brunt of of an insurrection
Do you think
because,
it's over?
huh?
Do you think it's over?
No, no, it's not really over.
You know,
But
Trump just released yesterday. It was a 1776
oh yeah, yeah,
commentary
yeah, yeah,
where he
yeah.
said that the founding fathers did not intend for us, who were 3/5 of a human being, to have the rights that
Right.
white people had. This is supposed to be an all white country, and we got comfortable.
Uh huh.
Mm.
And see, and that has been a staple of the Republican Party for years. And
Yes, you
to
know
black,
there were two constitutions when the South succeeded from the U.S.
uh huh,
You had the Confederate Constitution and the U.S. Constitution.
right,
The U.S. Constitution was like what we have today, but the Confederate Constitution was more racially charged. They believed that we were only supposed to be slaves.
and we were only supposed to,
And that has been our plight for millions of years because that is what we're supposed to be.
yeah. And actually, that's what gave rise to the original Democratic Party was the Party of the South,
Right.
Right.
and uh, that the fact that the southern states, even though they were they had lost the war, they were part of the United States again, they were still holding on to that old constitution of the
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and uh, blacks were considered property. It
Right.
it and most of the time uh, that blacks started to feel like they were uh, that they had rights. They found all kind of ways to do that. I mean,
Uppity.
they passed laws, they shot them, they did all
Mm-hmm.
kinds of stuff to keep us down.
Yeah.
I think the problem is they don't realize once again that they lost.
They realized that they lost. They realized that they lost. So what they want to do now is to take back that they lost. See, they
Hmm.
lost it the first time,
It's too bad.
and so this time around, see, that's the reason. One, that's the reason they still carry the Confederate battle flag.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, Two, that's the reason they are afraid that they would lose their guns and their land, is because after the Civil War, uh, the men could only have maintain sidearms. They could not have rifles or anything of power and distance. They can only have 6 shooters, 8 shooters, and uh, uh, they were also taking, uh, in some cases, they were taking swaths of land that was uninhabited by whites and giving it to blacks. And as we would learn to cultivate and farm and everything else, then they would come in and take the land, because they said that the blacks could not own land. So you know, it's one of those types of things where you pass, and then you also pass the whites would pass the land down through the family. They understood land is more valuable than gold,
Right.
and uh, uh, so you prevented a black person from being. First of all, you strip him of his dignity, so he's not a man. He doesn't have his own land, and uh, uh, if he can't be protected by the government, he's less than a human being. So
Mm-hmm.
Jim Crow laws, that's all they were all about, was to make sure that them uppity niggas was to be brought back down.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And
And
every time that we have established something for ourselves, which they always say we need to do,
right,
they've come along and burnt it down
yeah,
and killed us.
and there have been several cities that have been pure
Yep.
cities that have been completely black,
Yep.
that blacks have erected, and
Right.
they have been burned to the ground.
Yeah. It was called Red Summer.
Yeah. Uh, um, uh, it's a city that I was thinking about. Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yes.
Hmm.
Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yep.
Slaves at first had the vote.
Mm-hmm.
They began to outnumber the whites. In fact, they did outnumber the whites to the point that the mayor was black. Uh, all but one of the city councilmen were black,
Hmm.
and uh, uh, they didn't like it. So they, first of all, there was whites that went in and started killing black men to make sure that the numbers that it did not happen again, which is something that we need to pay attention to, is when they start talking about redoing districting lines,
Hmm.
voting districts. uh, they would make a voting district so that it is mostly white. Like for instance, they would surround. Uh, they made sure that the boundaries of the district line for Wilmington would surround all of Wilmington, plus a large area of rural white voters, so that when they had elections, the whites would outnumber the blacks and would therefore take over the city government of Wilmington.
Mm.
Mhm.
So that's the reason we need to pay attention to redistricting, because I didn't realize. I had always asked the question. I would always ask my mama, how is it or why is it that our districts would change?
Right.
And when she told me, she said, well, they changed the district lines. And it didn't make sense to me. Why would they change them? She didn't understand. She didn't know.
Wow.
And it was just that, and my mom she was an election official.
Yeah.
And uh uh it's to cut down on the it's to cut down on the black representation in the government. So they would take a large area of blacks through the black neighborhoods
Mm-hmm.
and connect that with a large area of 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 white voters, so that the whites would outnumber the blacks. So therefore, fewer blacks would be able to be elected to state uh, to the House of Representatives and the state Senate and stuff like that, and even and on the city councils. So whenever you hear them talking about redistricting,
Mm-hmm.
and you notice that there is an argument going on about redistricting, that's what it is. It's
Uh,
because the Republicans or the group that's in the minority is trying to gain more power, and so they change the district lines. So we have to watch that. I've had to learn to watch that and ask questions. And uh, here in Memphis, I, the white since there are so many blacks in Shelby County, they pretty much give up on it. They want to make this whole area one congressional district. So they say, well, we'll make this one district. So this should just be one black person we have to deal with, and then have the white areas around it have three or four more representatives to outnumber that one. So it's crazy.
Mhm.
It's but it pays us to know about government, because see, Donald Trump didn't know anything about government. Donald
right.
Right.
Trump doesn't. You could tell that he never took a civics class, a government class, a class in American history. What was that?
Oh, you know.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you by the window,
I'm in Baltimore.
huh? Sound like a scooter coming down through that thing.
Yeah, they do that every once in a while. Whole
Now
team of them will come by.
now let's talk about this impeachment thing.
Okay.
Uh, is it really worth going through the process still now, since he gonna be gone, or is that a process that need to continue to see its way through in order to keep from Trump trying to come back into politics?
Yes.
Yes,
So
Yes.
it's really to keep him from coming back
Yes.
into politics. Okay.
And
Uh,
so that he won't get any benefit.
Right.
dig that.
See, there's no need of him being paid for all this hell that he done raised. And
Hmm.
he's he has been the biggest example of anti-socialism or pro-socialism in Russia and China. See, they don't have this kind of problem because uh, you talk about their president, you go to jail, and
Wait,
everybody be like,
that's the funny thing. Remember, you said they weren't very bright. Remember, you said that.
huh?
You remember you said that the Trump supporters weren't very bright.
Right? No, they're not very bright.
Okay, so this is what I found out a couple of hours ago that one of the leaders over there in Russia, I can't remember her name,
Uh huh.
but she's been getting bombarded by some of the Trump supporters that reached the Capitol, and they're trying to they're trying to flee to Russia so that they could get asylum out of the what is it? Out of the fire into the frying pan, or out of
Yeah.
the pan into the
The
fryer.
fire,
Uh
yeah.
huh. Uh huh.
All
Uh huh. Uh huh.
right, would you say if you just talk about their president,
Yeah.
yeah,
And
they wouldn't be able to keep their
Exactly.
mouths shut.
well,
Been
see, that's
executed.
it. When you over there, you already know what you can't do. Over here,
Yeah,
problem is that you can say whatever you want to over here.
right. Freedom of speech.
Right. And see,
Uh-huh.
there you can't do that. So
No.
therefore, no, they ain't going over there talking crazy like that. Unless it's out the United States, then the Russians would turn around and use that as propaganda.
Uh-huh.
hmm
You know, um, um, mm, it's like, um, well, I can't say it's be damned if you do and damned if you don't, but you know, they are so in love with Trump. Some people are gonna go over there because actually Trump may end up over there.
That's
And,
what I heard. Cause
you know,
It might be the only place he can go.
it is the only place he can
yep.
go. And see, and if war breaks out between China and the US because of shit that Trump has been doing and saying,
hmm
uh, if war breaks out, then the safest place for Trump to go is to Russia.
That's terrible.
And leave us over here, to fight and die and everything else.
hmm
But uh his retirement is supposed to be there in Mar-a-Lago or whatever it's called.
Now, didn't they
Malago.
say they didn't want him there?
Yeah, he can't
Yeah, they said they didn't want him
make
there.
residence there, cause
And then the people in New York said the same thing?
yep, he
Yeah,
ain't welcome
yeah.
in New York either.
But see, they want him in New York.
Why
They
is
don't
that?
really want they don't want him in the sense that his that he's going to bring confusion,
They
but
want him so that they can prosecute
there
him.
are a lot of lawsuits. There are a lot of
A
lawsuits
lot of them.
coming out of New York.
Hmm.
And so that's the reason he's choosing Florida to retire. And he may just have Junior take care of the businesses there, but hell, Junior is just as
I
much.
heard his kids already moved to Florida.
Yeah, because I'm gonna say Junior is just in just as much trouble as Daddy is.
Yeah, cause
Hmm.
he was inspiring it too.
Yeah, him and
Yeah, he
Ivanka.
was.
Yep.
He was doing that when they were on the campaign trail.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember when he sent the buses, or sent them after the bus for Biden's bus?
yeah,
You
yeah,
remember that?
yeah.
Did you hear
Um,
about that?
No,
no, I didn't.
cause I hear
Oh
my bit.
yeah. Okay.
I,
So what happened was Junior got on Instagram the day before Kamala was supposed to go to Texas for a campaign rally.
okay,
And
I
he
remember that.
told them point blank, let's welcome her to the great state of Texas. Let's show her some of that Texas hospitality.
Yeah,
We're gonna have a really good time. And then they surrounded the bus as it was going into town. But it turns out Kamala wasn't even on the bus.
Oh
and they
man.
surrounded the bus, and
Yep.
there were some reports that a couple of shots was at the buses, and uh, driving down the road with the big American flags and the Trump flags and the mega mega flags and
Bumping
everything.
cars.
Yeah,
This man was a true modern day Hitler, huh?
he was a
Mm-hmm.
is that's who I compared him
That's
to.
what yeah, that's who he
A dictator.
yeah,
Uh,
he likes what Hitler did.
yeah,
He fashions himself after Hitler.
and everything that he is doing follows along the lines of Hitler.
Yeah.
Everything he's doing, and but his ego is so big.
Mm-hmm.
I, you know, he's one of those type of people.
Yeah.
I say, you so bad. I said, meet me behind the building in 5 minutes.
He's a sore loser.
Yeah, he
Exactly.
wouldn't show up.
It's
He,
bad.
he,
I,
he
I
wouldn't
I I
show up.
mean, a lot of the things that he is doing right now, I can imagine a 5-year-old doing.
Oh yeah, you
That's
right
about his
along.
little age, five
Yeah,
years old.
Yeah,
Five
exactly.
years old.
unfortunately.
I
Yeah,
don't be wishing bad stuff on people, but I'm surprised ain't really nobody assassinated him. But I guess he got too many people brainwashed
too many people brainwashed,
to
and not
even,
you. Yeah, you got you got too many good people out there, and then the bad ones are on his side in the first damn place. So
yeah,
you know,
Mm, mm, mm.
it's
got folks hook, line, and sinker around that thing.
man,
Yep,
uh, it's
unfortunately.
Cause folks should have started knowing right off the wham when he started throwing Republicans up on the bus.
yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? His own party up on the bus.
Oh yeah. I mean, knowing that he sent all of those protesters to the Capitol to assassinate, to pillage everything that they did, and it was at his order. As a
Yeah,
matter of fact, I heard on one of the recordings where somebody is saying, "All right, President Trump, we're here. We are
mm,
standing by,
the Proud
mm,
Boys.
waiting
mm,
for your orders," because they had no plan. Once they got in there, they were like, "Okay, now what do we do?" That's why everybody was just taking selfies.
Hmm.
They didn't know what to do.
And I
yeah,
seen one footage when that lady got shot.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I'm like,
yeah.
oh, Trump
I saw
done
that there were
cost
3 bullets.
lives.
That wasn't the first bullet that left that gun.
I only
mm,
heard two
So,
shots.
so if she was making her way through that window after that first shot,
Hmm.
sorry for you.
Uh, it shouldn't have
And you're
got to that point.
ex-military too.
Yeah, she was ex-military.
and see what's getting, and after you mentioned military, I just thought one of the things that I was also worried about was in his last days, I was worried about him because he still got his finger
On the nuclear bomb.
on the nuclear trigger.
Yes, and he's going to be taking it to Florida with him.
No, he won't.
Now
No,
I've been getting.
they've already stripped him of that power as of
Yeah.
yesterday.
Okay. They
But
gave
you
it to Mike Pence.
huh?
No,
Did
they
they give
ain't
it to
good.
Mike Pence?
The
Well,
Senate
they
has.
holding out till tomorrow when
Yeah,
Biden gets sworn in.
yeah, uh,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah. But if anything had happened today, it would be Pelosi. Uh,
Okay.
but yeah, the uh, but yeah, they stopped giving him intel, the military intel.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't
And
paying attention to it no way.
Cause
right,
the military
he sure wasn't. He sure wasn't.
hey, the military already said that they strip access of the codes from them. You know, they
Good.
changing the
Yeah,
codes. So
Good.
yeah,
yeah.
that's already done. And
Good.
yeah, you know, he after that fiasco they stripped him of all his power.
They need to strip him of the power to pardon people.
You
That
know he
too.
gon'
Wait a minute. Let me tell you something I heard yesterday too. Homeboy is up in there stealing artifacts out the White House.
Oh, you saw that bust
yeah.
of Lincoln coming?
They said that he's taking Lincoln's bust. They said he's taking uh, uh,
Taxidermy.
a painting that was on the wall. They said
Yeah.
he's taken a crystal, a gold trim, a crystal decanter set from up in there. Now this is stuff that he can buy. Okay, I can understand ego tripping with the bust,
Right.
but a painting. And what was so special about this crystal? Maybe somebody else drank out of it. Maybe George Washington or somebody got they buzz drinking brandy out of it or something. I don't know. But why would you be stealing that kind of stuff? And you
So
a billionaire.
now there's theft and
Or
ain't nobody trying to
or
arrest that motherfucker.
or that was the claim that he's a billionaire.
I
Well,
heard he
When on an
lost about 500.
actuality, as at 12:01, the creditors are going to be lined up. Say
and
hello, ex Mr. President. How
I
you doing? Remember us?
yeah,
Cause
yeah.
that's all they really can charge him with is what federal crime or
No,
state crime.
Oh, he's going to be a civilian again. So anything they want to charge him with, whether it is federal or state or county or city,
Oh yeah.
they can get him. And I do believe that was the reason why he was fighting so hard to stay in power.
Cause he
It
know
Because
was
he
after
knew as soon as he lost all of that protection of being the president, it
because
was going down.
yeah, the
So I'm just going to get my popcorn and just enjoy the show.
yeah, me too. Me too. Man, it'll be more liquid than anything. And get my buzz on. And
you think he gonna pardon himself?
I think he's gonna try. I think he's gonna try. Uh,
How
I
else is somebody going to admit their guilt?
see. He's he looks
I don't
really
think he should even have the right to pardon anybody right now.
well. See,
You
that's
know, they're all talking. People are talking about, Bill Clinton was impeached
right.
and he pardoned people. I say, yeah, but he was also acquitted.
Uh
So
huh.
was Donald Trump. Yeah, the first time. See, now we got the second time. That case is still open.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He shouldn't be able to pardon anyone. If you want to strip him of his power, strip him of his power.
and that was the reason that the Democrats was pushing for the impeachments,
Mm-hmm.
so they could prevent him from all these pardons. But
Mm-hmm.
see, you got the Republicans that's gonna go with him, go down, that Ted Cruz and that Josh Hawley,
Yeah.
you know, they, are so pro Trump. But some of the older heads that are, they understand the political process are um, are uh, more conciliatory,
Mm-hmm.
more easier to operate with because they understand it's all about strategies up in there. Donald Trump didn't have
Right.
no clue of any type of strategies. That's
He didn't
because
have any clue of anything.
he didn't.
Mm-mm.
Anything.
So yeah, and that's the reason I don't understand why people voted for him and support him and allow him to do the things that he did. But then again, I didn't even think that Donald Trump was this stupid. You know,
We never we
I
never
couldn't
do
stand
know.
his ass on The Apprentice.
Yeah.
You know, and so but I didn't realize that he was this damn stupid.
Right.
But uh, it's like I
It's like he had a third grade education.
yeah, after repeating it twice, after repeating it twice.
Now let me ask y'all this: if you had a pick of someone that would run for president, who would it be? Me, I would say if Arnold Schwarzenegger ran for president, I'd vote for him.
See, don't start. You ever see Demolition Man?
Uh,
You know
uh,
they had the Arnold Schwarzenegger Memorial Library because he was president. Look, we have had enough.
Oh,
yeah. Uh, I can't.
Who
hey,
would I pick to run for president? It's probably somebody that would never run for president. Um, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. We're going to talk about the current, or excuse me, the upcoming um, people. I was thinking just last night, wouldn't it be something? Because I haven't heard the news of anyone who is being considered for the Secretary of State yet.
mhm.
Have you heard of anybody yet?
Not yet, no.
Wouldn't it be something? Wouldn't it be like a real nice event if he said, my Secretary of State, I would like Barack Obama to fill those shoes?
Dig that. Dig that.
uh, that
Man,
would
wouldn't that be something? Oh my goodness. Now the orange man would turn red.
he would.
Indeed.
He would.
That ain't
Or better yet, what's more insulting would be Michelle Obama.
Michelle. See, I didn't want to say it. That's what I was gonna say. Like the first time, like if who to run for president,
Uh-huh.
but it would be much
Yes.
harder slap in the face, but it would be a greater political move to put Barack back in there.
Anybody better than Trump. Who would you
Barney is
pick,
better
Joey?
than Trump.
Who would you pick, Joey? I know it's gonna be somebody crazy.
But he's thinking hard. He's like, ain't nobody good for the job. Forget about it.
Damn job.
He said, "Let me run for president."
Oh man. Look, they let me run then.
Dig
I
Yep,
that. Dig.
I knew he was gonna say
I think the
it.
White House black. I changed the damn flag with the one finger.
Oh my.
How
I
about Chris
I, I make
Cuomo?
my chief of police or the chief of the FBI be Batman.
See, well, hell, the people that Trump was putting in the office, you might as well be speaking the truth right now,
That's what
because
I'm talking about. He was choosing everybody that was
that's what I'm saying. Like you're right on par, right with that. Like,
yeah,
It's
you
a
know.
Batman.
Yeah, and I mean the old Batman. I ain't talking about these newer Batmans.
Oh, you talking about Adam West
I'm
Batman?
talking about Adam West.
pal.
Yeah. Boy.
Oh man.
Wow.
Oh, he killing me
Yeah,
over here.
right.
Now tomorrow is the big day. What are your predictions for the inauguration? What do you predict will happen? Will
I
it go?
predict I am not going anywhere close to DC.
Or any capital.
No,
These state
Oh,
capitals gonna lock
no.
down too.
Because, the thing is, because he released that 1776 document
mm-hmm.
and everybody is already upset. Now, there were some that still feel that they're big and bad enough that they're going to still approach the Capitol with all those troops that are there, the Capitol Police, as well as the Metropolitan Police.
Right.
They feel that emboldened. So I'm going to predict that these folks are going to go up there thinking that they're Arnold Schwarzenegger, and they're going to find out that they're not. So, like I said, I'm going to get myself some popcorn,
Yeah.
and I'm just going to sit back and really see. I don't drink, but I have Coke, popcorn, and soda, baby.
I'm ready my damn self. I got my crown on deck.
Look, let me show you. Let me go get mine.
Everybody prepared.
Everybody ready? Everybody ready?
Okay. Oh, I want you to fix me some hot
What does
wings
he
too.
have?
It wasn't far away. It was just on the other side of the room.
Dig
Well,
that.
I got my crown.
Oh, you got crab roll?
Okay, the apple.
Apple
All right,
juice.
all right.
Yeah, the
Okay.
apple junk. Uh-oh. 4 roses? I never heard of that.
Dude,
Now, look, I just told you I don't drink. I heard of that.
I have it.
this is premium.
It's
This
what?
is the premium stuff.
Oh, for real? What that,
Yeah.
brandy?
Top shelf.
Whiskey? Okay.
Whiskey.
Whiskey. Is that whiskey?
Yeah, it's whiskey. So when you get drunk, you can't pronounce K's.
So you gonna be sitting there getting lit.
Ooh, baby. And I got me some ribs in the refrigerator. And I got some eggnog in there.
You do.
Huh?
You do.
He's stocked up and ready.
Oh my goodness. Look, here he comes with it too.
Evan Williams, eggnog.
Yeah,
Oh
buddy.
my goodness.
Not the EW,
Yeah.
the U. Oh, you drinking it like milk too.
He is
Yeah,
ready.
buddy.
You are ready.
So,
Oh,
see,
why won't
I drink the Evan Williams first thing in the morning. That's breakfast. I always drink milk with my breakfast.
dig that? So the Four
He gets
Roses
all
was
of
that
it.
lunch or dinner?
Yeah.
Is Four Roses lunch or dinner?
Oh, that's dinner.
That dinner?
That's dinner. So that's knockout. This is gonna put you. This is gonna rock me to sleep like this.
Oh man.
Yeah.
The other one would just make you run.
What my crown? No,
That's
my
lunch.
No,
crown
the eggnog.
make you clown. So I'll
Man,
be
what?
talking back and forth to the television, going on and on and on and on, and not speaking in tongues.
Oh.
Oh my goodness.
Why won't they just I don't know, they seem like they looking for trouble or wanna have controversy, but why don't they just stream it?
It's gonna be streamed.
It is going to be streamed.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. And all of the inauguration ball is canceled.
Oh, it
Okay.
has been. I
Mm-hmm.
was wondering if they were gonna have
Yeah, I went on their website a couple days ago
Okay.
and they said that there was no inauguration ball and
Okay.
they encouraged everyone to just join the stream.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now,
Everything's closed off. I mean, there's a big fence around the Capitol
uh-huh.
with wire,
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
and the guards are
Yeah.
standing along the perimeter.
Uh-huh.
Concentration camp.
So you can't, yeah, you can't get in, can't get close to it. No way.
I
Yeah.
ain't. But
They
what
got
about the
security
dude that had
checkpoints all
the
the way
yeah?
there.
Well, what about the dude that had the fake security clearance?
Yeah, he actually rolled up on one of the security checkpoints that you get to in DC before you even get to the Capitol. So he didn't even get to the building.
It was a woman, the same thing. She
But
she had uh security clearance at first. No, she had the duplicate made,
Mm-hmm.
and she was in a pickup, and uh they realized that it was it was something about the set of the print was off or something,
Mm-hmm.
and they arrested her. So
These folks
they
trying they
trying to get up in
yeah,
there,
they keep trying. Like I told you before we went live, I had a friend who asked me to take him to Alexandria, Virginia. But his appointment happens to be on the 20th. And I was like, I mean, that's like right outside of DC. I was like, yeah, no. You done lost your dang on mind. No, baby, you need to find another ride.
Oh
No,
man.
no, no. Mm-mm.
But you know what would really be a trip if Trump step up in that joint, even though he said he wasn't.
he ain't coming.
He's too self-centered. He even got his own little look. He said, "I'm gonna have an army band. I'm gonna have a red carpet. I'm gonna do
Yeah,
a 21 gun salute. All that for me. It's just gonna be him with the band and the guns. Everybody else can't even get close to it.
Oh man.
right. He's gonna
We
catch
don't
the
even want to
helicopter.
see it.
He's gonna catch the helicopter from House lawn to the airport to the Air Force base, and then he's gonna
Mm-hmm.
take Air Force One to Mar-a-Lago or wherever that damn place is down there.
Mm-hmm.
And but I was surprised that he's taking Air Force One because he's no longer because somebody was asking on the Hannity show or somebody about
Mm-hmm.
why was he still going to be allowed on Air Force One, after the inauguration
He was
of
impeached.
Biden, and it was
They
because
switch it
of
out, I think.
what?
The former president gets to use that transportation as one of their benefits.
Well, for his
Not Air
last
Force
hoorah.
One. Not Air Force One.
Hmm.
Not Air Force One. Air Force One is only for the president. Air Force One contains all of the high tech information and stuff for the nation. So
Mhm.
if
Would you want it after him?
what it's
Would
not
you, if you were Biden, would you even want it?
Air Force
What, Air
One.
Force One?
Yeah.
Yeah, or would you ask them to give you a new one?
No, they got three already. They got three anyway. They got three anyway.
I
And
wouldn't want it.
uh,
Why not?
Personally, I wouldn't want it.
Why not?
Just like I believe that they need to have some serious disinfection going on in the White House
okay, okay.
after he leaves.
Okay.
Man,
I thought you saying just cause he was using the motherfucker, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Yeah, I
Well,
finna say, hell, that ain't his plane shit.
That's what I'm talking about.
he used it. That's the problem.
Now we got you now since you said
Yeah.
okay. We
Yeah.
understand. Yeah,
I
they
think
gonna
as
have
far
to.
as that go, I would move it to the White House for 2 or 3 days.
I'm telling you, fumigate.
I know, right? You better get somebody with some sage.
See?
Have a couple ministers come up through there.
Damn.
Holy oil all on the
All of
wall.
it.
A couple Catholic priests up in there to exercise the damn place. You know?
Oh
Call the
my.
Ghostbusters.
Got to check for bugs. I'm not talking about listening devices, but we have to check for those too.
Oh
Yeah.
my. I'm
Uh,
telling
get get a Mama Jalamba Boo
you.
in there with her Jamaican incants in there to drive out the demons and shit. You know,
All of that. All of that.
all of that.
All of
All
that.
of that.
Oh.
Get a couple of Indian medicine men. Come up in that joint.
Man, have them lined up. Have them lined up. Every denomination. We need every denomination to knock these out.
I know that's right.
Every one of them. Every one of them. And let them go through that place and exercise that joint. And holy water and stuff all over the joint.
Oh. Now we're wrapping the show up. Now we got
Okay.
President-elect Biden and we have Vice President-elect Kamala Harris.
Yes.
Is they gonna be any better than what we've been going through with Trump?
Come on now. Come on now. Why you even ask that? Come on now.
Now, my opinion on
Donald Duck could have done a better job. Donald Duck could have done a better job.
I said Barney earlier.
Could have done a better job up there quacking than that man did in 4 years. Donald quack Duck could have done a better job.
Yes, I posted something on my Facebook page today. It was a reporter who was at one of the old Trump rallies. I think it was in Ohio. And she was talking to people after the rally. And she interviewed this guy and she said, "What is the best thing that he has done over the past 4 years?" And he said, well, I don't know. I just support him.
I would have
Oh
been
my.
confounded too. I would have been
Can't think of a darn thing. Just can't think of one thing. One. Just answer that question right there. One thing that he has done that has been positive for this country. Cricket.
Nothing. Oh my. Oh my.
Well, I mean, he's taught me to hold my hands like this.
Wait. Here we go.
Oh my.
Hey, you gotta clap. You gotta clap.
Oh my.
And
We got some really good comedy over the past 4 years.
enough.
That's
We
for
got to
sure.
see a lot of comedy, like Biden with the fly on his head. You know,
Yeah.
that was, you couldn't write some of this stuff that was happening. Rudy Giuliani with the ooze coming down his head like you see in the horror movies.
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
you've
hey,
never seen any of this.
check this out. We're gonna backtrack just a quick minute. The My
Okay.
Pillow guy.
Oh my goodness. He's losing
The My Pillow guy.
yeah, they're trying to cancel him now.
For real.
Yeah, Bed Bath and Beyond and Kohl's and all of them have pulled out.
Why? What
He
happened?
he at the he at the damn
He
White
he
House
endorsed them.
for Trump.
Yeah, he helped to incite the riot.
The
Oh,
My
I didn't
Pillow
know
guy.
that.
Yeah,
Oh, damn, I'm
he
glad I
lost all of that.
damn pillows. Oh,
You can get them on the cheap right now. Cheap.
I want one now.
They'll be in the clearance bin.
I don't still want one.
They be like DVDs in
I'm
the
sure you
bin.
can go like tomorrow. Get a clearance deal.
How the hell the My Pillow guy got into all this mix?
Wow.
I don't even know because Trump does not sleep. He tweets.
Well, at least used to.
Wow.
They cut his account short. Hey, shot him down.
Yes,
Nigga, you causing
yes,
too much shit around this motherfucker. We closing your
man.
account. He deactivated.
Yep.
But
See
yeah,
you later.
Junior, the
Bye.
My Pillow guy, man, is in cahoots with Trump, man.
Yep.
Trying to
Yep.
give him suggestions like, goddamn it, he's overseer or something.
Anyone who has been associated with Trump is getting canceled right now. You know, like I said, they were talking about what we were going to do. They're going to steal their guns in the land and we're going to take all their women.
And that man looking like Paul Bearer with the Undertaker.
Right.
Not only that, but have you noticed what he's saying? Why does he lean forward? Is his gut that heavy?
I guess
He
so.
didn't know what he was. He didn't know. He didn't know if he was Native American or white American or what. He didn't know if he was an animal or a human.
Oh,
He had
wow.
bull horns and tattoos. I mean, he was just all over the place.
Damn. Junior tripping.
And he lived at home with his mama.
Damn, for real.
They said he was a failed actor.
Wow.
Yep. And his mama was calling the court, calling the judge because he couldn't get the right organic food while he was in prison.
Damn.
It make his tummy hurt. But
That ain't all of them make his
Muslims,
tummy hurt in jail.
Muslims who had been incarcerated, who say they can't eat pork, are forced to eat pork.
Damn.
And nobody brought him an organic apple. Come on, man. I'm gonna shut up.
Oh, getting all the info.
Man, what?
Wow.
But here's the thing. This is the kicker. This is when white privilege kicks in. Is the judge did order him to get some organic food.
What?
Ordered who to get some organic food?
I just said the bullhorn guy would. Yeah, him.
I mean,
The bullhorn.
get some organic food.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He's locked up, and they got him some organic food because his stomach was gonna hurt,
Oh, ain't that a bitch?
and he didn't eat. He wasn't eating the food. He wasn't eating the food, so they want to make sure that he stay healthy.
Ain't that a bitch?
Boy,
You feed
I
him
tell you.
buffalo.
Look, they're gonna come looking for us. You're making fun of my son.
I guess he wanted everybody to think that he was a Native American or Indian blood or something.
He don't know what in the world he was. He don't even know what he was fighting for. All he knows is what he told Dell is President Trump sent me. That's all he knows.
I bet he's in isolation. Cause
Huh?
I said I bet he's in isolation because I was watching in MSNBC
Mm-hmm.
and they were talking about those that are incarcerated. Most of them want to go to solitary confinement, and they're being put in general population, but then they're getting jumped on.
I wonder why.
Jail. All them niggas.
See,
in jail.
they don't know. They don't know. Look, it's like consequences for your actions.
Huh?
That's it. Consequence. There's consequences.
Right.
They didn't believe that they were going to have any consequences.
Right.
Right. So now everything is starting to hit the fan,
Yeah.
and they're realizing this is real stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just not like we were watching a movie.
Send them to jail.
They actually believed that they were above the law
Send them to jail with
and could
tampons.
storm the Capitol and go back home to their lives without any repercussions.
Send them to jail. With tampons and prophylaxis. They don't need a cot. They don't need a pillow. They don't need that. They're gonna be railed up against the wall.
God forbid any of them are in Mississippi, because I saw in Mississippi they're going through some stuff right now in the jails.
Oh hell
For real.
yeah! The worst jail, the
Yeah.
three worst jails in the United States are in Mississippi.
Wow. Yeah, I hear if you get caught up in Mississippi, you hid. If you get caught in Mississippi and go to jail, ain't nobody gonna know where you at. You ain't gonna
Man.
When you get out, and if something happens to you,
Exactly. They still with that shit down there.
send them down now. Send Buffalo boy on down now, and when you come back to be Buffalo girl.
Let's see if the Buffalo Soldier.
Oh, wow.
He's gonna be speaking with a soprano voice.
Oh my goodness. And I heard he was something like 30 some years old.
I don't know how
Acting
Oh,
old he
like
is.
that.
I
I
don't know
wouldn't put it
how
Yeah.
past. I wouldn't even put it past. Oh, I know something we ain't
old.
talk about the stimulus package, the third one.
Oh yeah, we talked about every damn thing. Yeah, might as well get it shut off. Yeah, I
The
want one.
stimulus package.
I want one. I vote yes.
Yes, me too.
I don't care how
It-
much it is.
That was next. What you want to talk
You
about next?
know,
Yes. I want the money.
I
Give me the money.
well, see, he already getting slack from some of the Republicans because it's a $1.9 trillion, what I'm saying, package. So they already complaining about the price
sure,
tag on it.
sure.
They could afford to give us well over $1,000 every month, and they would not be hurting whatsoever.
They try to push for 2,000 a month.
And
Right.
every country in the world outside of the U.S.
Already doing
is providing stimulus packages for their citizens,
it ever since last year.
monthly payments,
Yeah.
ever since last
Exactly.
year. And we went from what, March until recently and got $600.
Uh huh.
Mm,
Crazy.
I feel like we're in a, that Mickey Mouse movie where he's sitting there with Donald Duck and he's slicing off a little piece of the bean and it's so thin you can
Oh,
see
Oh
in between
yeah,
it.
Jack and the
Like
Beanstalk.
between, and Donald Duck loses his mind and he's like, and he starts to kill Mickey Mouse. Or
Hey, that's how they doing our money. Slicing it
man,
thin,
that's how we,
tomorrow.
yeah, yeah.
Cause from what I gather from it, as far as is $14. I mean $1,400 for the
That's what it's gonna
remain.
feel like.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Especially when you ain't
Hmm.
had that much in a long time, right?
I know, and you need to pay your bills. Things are
Exactly.
backed up.
The 600 wasn't nothing, but he
No,
hollering
600 was
quote
grocery
down payment.
shopping.
No, you had a choice, either rent or food. That's
uh,
it. Anything
The
else,
rent
you
man
hang
don't
it
even want
up.
that. The rent man don't even want that. The rent man talking about, wait a minute, you owe me $6,000. This $600 ain't gonna do nothing.
Oh man.
What's this?
So
Wells
they ain't.
Fargo,
No.
Wells
Huh?
Fargo sent me a delinquent notice, and I asked the lady. I said, "Didn't the president say that y'all couldn't foreclose on any homes?" She said, uh,
Right.
"The president does not run Wells Fargo." I said,
Wow.
"I said, who did you vote for?" She got quiet. I said, "Enough said. All right, I'll see you tomorrow when I get a stimulus." And I said, "What you say?" And they have called me every day. They have called me every day since right before Christmas. Every damn day. I don't even answer the phone.
Do it be from the same number or a different number every time?
It's from the same number.
Oh.
Uh huh. So
Like, why are you calling me? You already know I ain't get my stimulus.
right.
When I get my stimulus, it's gonna be on the news.
Look, when I get my stimulus, I'm gonna go to the store with it, grocery store,
Indeed.
or I'm gonna pay the light bill, cause they cut that
Indeed.
joint off too.
I ain't
Yeah,
gotta
You
have
know,
utility.
yeah.
but
No light.
I
Just
I
no
got
heart.
lights. I
No
gotta have,
compassion.
huh?
So they ain't
No
got no
compassion.
compassion.
You said what?
They said they don't have no compassion for a motherfucker.
Oh, no compassion. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, no compassion, none
Yep.
whatsoever. And
won't won't we
uh,
deduct their money?
they, I'm gonna keep my lights on, especially during the winter time. Now, during the summertime, if they cut off every motherfucker up in here, it's fine. Cause I don't get hot, but I get cold as hell.
Oh, for real?
Mm.
I can't stand being cold.
Me
I
neither.
can't stand. Right now, my thermostat is set on 82, and it turns
82.
Damn,
82.
John.
And when I turn at night, I'll turn it down to 75, and I got a
Mm-hmm.
space heater in my bedroom.
You anemic?
75 with.
You anemic?
I
Are you a
do
demon?
not like I can. I love hot weather.
Oh,
I love hot
good.
weather. I can't stand being cold. My mom, I got it from my mama, because she used to watch. If she watching television and she sees some snow on television, she go pick up a
Mm-hmm.
sweater. It's July. She can't stand being cold either, so I know where I got it from. But
They'll make sure you gonna get taken care of.
shoot, what?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, but yeah,
Mm-mm.
the and what's upsetting about the Congress is you're supposed to put your people first,
Right.
Right.
not big industry.
Right.
And if you worried about a few dollars here and a few dollars there, okay, you can afford to lose $1 million if you got $300 million.
Mm-hmm.
You know, um, that's what they don't understand about the Black Lives Matter. That's part of what they don't understand. When we're
Mm-hmm.
talking about equality, I ain't asking you to give up what you got. Just give
Right.
me a chance to get what you got.
Right.
Get as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And so when you have a business and and you giving all the tax breaks to these big companies and what have you, your people are gonna suffer.
Right.
When you suffering now, the very people that you should be taking money from are the people that's got money, not the ones
Right.
that and spread out the
That's
wealth.
that trickle down economics that they've been trying to sell us for years since Reagan
That ain't never worked.
introduced it.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't make any sense because if you give the money to the poor folk are going to spend it, and the rich folk are going to get it anyway because
Anyway,
it
because it's
trickles
coming
up.
right back to them.
Yep.
Exactly.
It's coming right back
Exactly.
to them. So
I don't know what it hurts for them for us to be able to make it, for us to be able to prosper. And it doesn't take anything away from them.
right,
Period.
Exactly.
What have they lost that they say they're going to try to take back? What they taking back? What was stolen from them? What not stolen from them?
uh-uh.
Yeah, no. They doing all the stealing.
What you said.
But they want to
What
bag
you
these
said.
big corporate joints,
Mm-hmm.
corporate companies and everything. Make sure Amazon, for the who I hell I work for, them motherfuckers ain't paid taxes and I don't know when.
I know. I know. And they
And
send a notification out every year about their tax.
ain't paid a lick of tax in years and getting away with it legally.
and
Mm-mm.
and they get away with it
Yep.
through they get away with it
Yep.
through um corporate um what do they call it?
Tax shelters,
Uh well, no, not tax shelters. Um Corporate
write
intervention.
offs.
What they do is, like, for instance, uh FedEx got, or should I say, I know they're getting ready to get a big uh, tax reduction because they are transporting the vaccines free.
Okay.
They are, and that's the reason Memphis was the first city to get it because Fred Smith said, "I will make sure the delivery of the vaccines if one Memphis gets it first and uh
What y'all think about that?
huh
What, the
What you
vaccine?
think about that?
The vaccine?
Hmm.
well if it's gonna if
Hmm.
it's gonna mean uh if it means that everybody's gonna be able to get the shot without charge, I'm good with
Do
it.
you trust it?
I don't trust no. I
What, the
don't even get
vaccine
flu shots, so I
or
know I
or, or
ain't
the
finna
kid
take
with
no.
Fred Smith?
No, the vaccine.
What'd you say, Al?
Well, I don't see why I haven't been able to see anything why it can't work. And let me just say why. Is because I do have experience in biomedical uh, 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 lab research. I do have a degree in microbiology. I do have experience work with at Aid Plow. I've worked at biomedical laboratories down in South Haven. Uh, I understand the processes in developing vaccines. And in fact, when they first came out, when the problem was first brought to light, I went on Facebook and said they doing it wrong. I said their research is looking for a cause. I said what you do is you take the virus itself
Hmm.
and then uh, unravel its genome, and then it's going to give you um, a chemical pattern, and then you reverse the pattern,
Hmm.
and you can neutralize the effect of the vaccine. And I said, this is what I did when I was in undergrad school. I went to a little HBCU, Lemoyne College, and I know how to operate an electron microscope. And so when it first hit the news and I heard the results, and I said, are they crazy? And then I posted on Facebook. I said, they're not attacking the problem from the genome level. Well, like about 2 weeks later, 2 or 3 weeks later, uh, one scientist did exactly what I said that he should do,
Hmm.
is to look at the genome pattern, and then it's like you're developing countermeasures to what the virus is able to do.
Right.
See, this is my thing. This is my thing about the whole thing with the vaccine. Our country has a history of developing vaccines that turned out not to be beneficial to us. And we were told that they were one thing, but they were giving us something else. And as of yet, I haven't heard any good stories about the effects that the vaccine has been having on those who have been vaccinated. All I've been hearing about are the negative side effects that have been occurring, and I haven't heard of anyone who has turned the corner.
Okay. First of all, a vaccine is not a cure. A vaccine is a preventative.
Yes, I understand that.
And so therefore, if I already have COVID and if I'm given a shot, that shot not gonna do me any good because I already got it. If I don't have COVID and I get the shot, that shot may prevent me from getting COVID. So what should happen is as the masses are vaccinated, the growth rate should uh, uh, it should go to leveling off until it starts to come back down. That's when you know a vaccine is really effective. But you have to have vaccinated, I would estimate it 40 to 50% of the population first before you can even start seeing that. And uh, we as black folks don't believe fat meat is greasy. And we get out there. Well, I'm gonna go here and party, man. You know, I gotta have fun every now and then. And the very time you go out
No,
there,
that's everybody. I think
well,
that's everybody.
yeah, but
I think that's everyone.
I think it's
We
worse for
had the super spreader. We had
uh-huh.
the super spreader event,
Uh,
which was this event
right,
that we just had with the protest. That was a super spreader event.
right.
Um,
Hmm.
you know, my thing is that I have just heard too many negative stories about the effects of it. Like I saw this video of this lady. I may have posted it, I'm not sure, but she said that she had gotten the vaccination and within 3 days she was having muscle spasms and they were to the point
Right.
that they were really noticeable. Like she was like gyrating while she was talking, and
Hmm.
then you had the people that had the issue with their face. It's like 4 people ended up with that. You had a lot of people that have turned out with COVID-19 within 3 or 4 days after having the vaccine. Somebody just died. They caught COVID-19 and they died. I'm just not. I don't feel comfortable with it.
Now,
Okay.
if the vaccine is for to prevent from getting COVID, what are they making for the ones that already have COVID?
There is no therapeutic vaccination for COVID yet. That's what I'm
Where's
saying.
the stuff that they gave to Donald Trump?
They ain't getting Trump shit. Trump didn't take it. Oh no, Trump took um what was it? Quinonol. I
Mm-hmm.
That's what
Chloroquine.
he took. It was not. It is not. It does not stop or hinder or treat COVID at all.
Mm.
It does not. And he lied when he sat there and said that they gave him everything. But what they did do was give him large doses of vitamin C,
Hmm. That's what I was
and
thinking.
it gave him a jump start in energy. But see that fool, uh, he went back and was telling everybody this, that, and the other. But see, the lies come out of Trump's mouth so bad till I don't know if he even had it for real or not.
You
You know,
think?
uh, he could have gotten there. Uh, he might have just had a gas attack or something. From
Hmm.
and it
I guess.
was one because his stomach was hurting.
Oh,
Ooh, I almost called him something. Uh, but see, so you can't really go by what Trump says and use him as an example
you
because
can never go by what he says.
he was the same one that sat there and said, talking about injecting bleach.
Right.
And the bad part about it is you had some white folks out there considering that.
Mm.
You had some white folks
Yep.
trying to do exactly what he said. But uh
Now,
uh
what idiot would do that?
uh it's a
A
bunch
Trump
of them out,
supporter.
it's a bunch of them out there. Them that mega crowd with
I
that
ain't.
one black woman that sits up in the audience behind Trump so you can see her on television.
Oh yeah, the one with agreeing with everything he was saying.
Yeah, agreeing
Hmm.
with everything. She's the only black one in the face. You know, the black face in the place.
What?
And he said, and he'll turn around and sit there and say, "Where are my black fans?" That she is. You
Mm-mm.
know,
It's
sometimes we
crazy.
just stupid. You know, we get so damn stupid sometimes.
That's all it was.
Man, just to be seen on television. But
Clout chase.
but you know, uh, but like black the black culture is full of super spreader events. Families get together on holidays. Folks go to church. Oh, the black church is the number one source of spreading the virus. The black church. Folks going to church.
Right.
We've lost 4 members at our church.
Oh man.
And so we had to go, we go virtual. It's a handful of us to go down. I go down there to sing, and then it's all, you know, we stream it, and then it's put out on YouTube in case you don't get a chance to see it at the time of the broadcast. But uh but some of us, you know, just like when they closed down the barber shops.
Mm.
Oh, right down the street from me, a girl was does hair, and when they closed down her beauty shop, she started doing it at her kitchen. And I never knew that she was doing it down the street until one day I saw a bunch of police cars as I was going down the street.
Mm.
And I pulled over. I said, "What's going on?" And they said a fight broke out in in the girl's house, and it was because she was in there doing uh, two women's hair, and one woman had an appointment, and one came early for hers, and got tired of waiting and started talking, and the three of them got up in the house and started scrapping,
Damn.
and the fight rolled all out into the front yard. And from what dude told me, he was saying everybody, all three of them was fighting, all three of them. You know, it was like I beat on her for a while, then I beat on her for a while, and then I'm being beat on for right now. And then when I get loose, then I go and jump on somebody else. You know,
Wow.
and they said, and he said
What?
they were out there, they were literally throwing down WWF style in the front yard, all because they were too close in the girl's kitchen, and one girl was cussing because her appointment time, and the other girl was saying, "Well, I got here first," and the other girl who was doing the hair said, "Well, this is my house," and before you knew it, they were swinging,
Man, weed flying everywhere.
and baby, so but yeah, but we see, like I said, you know, we don't want to be told what to do, and and I think a lot of times, I think it hurts us sometimes,
Oh
and
yeah.
sometimes, I mean, I ain't gonna say that I always like to be told what to do, or do all that I do all rules, you know, all requirements, and everything. But uh, I've lost 5 friends uh, to this COVID, not counting my church members, but I've lost 5. And uh, I got a friend that wanted to come over uh, this evening. I heard him at the door. I don't know if y'all heard my doorbell ringing
Nah, I
earlier.
didn't hear it.
He I told him I don't do visitors. You know, I just
Right.
I don't do visitors. I go to my sister's house to drop off or pick up a dinner. I go to that's to Johnny's house.
Mm-hmm.
My sister Jean, I might run after my service. I might run down to her church, but everybody's so far apart. And then no soon that's their service is over, I'm out. I'm just not hanging around folks.
I feel you. I feel you.
And I don't mean to be antisocial. And we can do just like we're doing like right now. You know, we can get on online if you want to see my face. On the telephone and cuss and act the fool. And I keep my alcohol for medicinal purposes. And that's it. You know? I say I'm too old to be getting sick. I, I say I already got enough shit going wrong with me in my old age, let alone call myself getting some extra shit. So no man.
I feel you. I feel you.
Yeah.
But
And
man,
Andre stay locked up, boy. Andre stay locked up so tough up in that giant, boy.
Drake came over my house for the first time in a long time yesterday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it was just for a brief moment.
That was about it, man. You lucky you saw him then, because if you go down to the house and he don't know you coming, you be said you. I was bringing him a banana pudding. I was being. I was gonna surprise him and bring him some banana pudding
Mhm.
and some spaghetti sauce that I had made. And uh, shit, just when I was getting to walk and get back in my truck and go on home, he comes to the door after I knocked about 10, 15 minutes. You know, so anyway, I'm sorry. I'm just talking that shit. Uh,
Oh, but I
but
appreciate y'all for being on the show and giving y'all opinions on this messed up ass bullshit going on this year.
yeah, yeah.
You're
Well,
welcome.
well,
Thanks
We
for the invite.
better.
we thought we'd been through some things last year. It's continuing worse this year.
Oh no,
Yeah. Yeah.
But we gonna
no.
see how things
I ain't,
roll.
I ain't claiming nothing worse.
Yeah,
I ain't claiming nothing worse. Cause shit.
we
And
gonna see
how much worse can it be?
we'll see
I
after
mean,
the
really.
inauguration,
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then they gonna get back to that debating on how much money they don't want to give us. So we got to go
Right.
through that for a couple of months.
Yeah.
Right.
But the good thing is now that we have the majority in the Senate as well as the House of Representatives, and Biden wants to give us money. Uh, I see this happening,
Right. And Kamala Harris is the deciding vote.
and
Yeah,
she's the deciding vote. And I
exactly.
must say that she's a very elegant. But I heard one of her past debates. I went back on YouTube because prior to her
Oh,
running this year,
that's scary.
huh? I said, what?
She,
That's scary.
Well, I mean,
You're like, oh
it's funny,
man.
but see, but wait a minute, you have to understand. I thought Um, on Adam's Family, what was the girl? Morticia. I thought she
Right.
was sexy. So,
Me too.
uh, I did. I love me some Morticia. So, if I could find me a woman like that, that I might go for that.
Oh,
But
she could keep you in your place, huh?
yeah, you know.
She could call shots.
So that I can feel, so I won't feel guilty when I go off on the freaky end, when I go to doing stuff that's, I'm sorry, baby, I don't have to do
See,
that, see, because shit, I want to be able to do what I do and just
red
go with
eye.
the flow.
Hey, I'm on there listening.
Oh,
Man, I'm covering my ears. I can't hear this. I'm too young.
So your virgin ears can't take it, huh? Y'all are funny.
anyway,
Hey, this
yeah,
is a wide open show, so hey, sky's the limit,
yeah.
right?
Well, I have enjoyed you all, though. I have enjoyed you all.
Yes, I've enjoyed you too.
Uh,
Same here, same here.
uh,
And I appreciate y'all giving y'all
I
opinions.
can't hear you, red eye.
You can't hear me.
no, you sound like you done backed away. You turn your volume down or something.
For real? Hold on.
Yeah, I can't hear him.
I can barely hear you.
How
I
about
can't hear
now?
a thing.
How about now?
I can barely hear you.
How
You
about now?
said, right, what about now?
Yeah,
There you are.
this better.
Okay, you're getting louder.
Damn.
What'd
This
you
better.
do?
I mean, I'm just. How about now? Let me know.
Okay, you getting on up there.
Oh
Check,
yeah,
check,
we can hear you now.
check, check, check,
Yep,
check. We good?
we got
Yeah,
you.
you good.
Okay, all
Yep.
gravy then. But yeah, we've been on this broadcast for over 2 hours.
2 hours.
I
And
know.
I've enjoyed every minute of it.
Every minute of it.
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
make sure y'all check out my YouTube page, subscribe, check out Power Spin Talk Radio 2.0. Hit that like button, notification button, share, and also Global One Red Eye. I have all kind of materials dealing with the show, interviews, uh, even had a weed show I put on there.
Oh, damn, I missed it.
Okay, missed that one. Missed that one.
I reposted. It's on my
Okay.
Yeah,
page.
buddy.
So y'all have a great rest of the week and
Thank you.
everything.
You too.
And do like Junior do. Keep your distance, social distancing. Wash your hands, wear your mask, Preferably
Mhm.
a little more than lukewarm water, for over 30 seconds. Make sure of
Yep,
that.
yep, yep,
And
Okay.
man, to the crown, every king needs a crown.
yep. I got my crown.
Shout out to the apple and the original crown. And your Coke, Miss Jackie.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Y'all be easy there.
All righty then.
All right. Take care, you
Yeah.
guys.
You
All right,
too.
y'all
See you
take
on the
care.
flip side.
All
All
right.
right.
Bye.
Bye.